Well, well, well. The more things change, the more they stay the same. As LeBron James is cruising ever so precipitously towards a first-round playoff elimination. He couldn't seem to get out of that round with a top 10 league-wide player in Anthony Davis, so why not just swap AD out for a top 3 player in Luka Doncic?
Yo, and that is why I like watching Skap Attack's videos, dog. He does not miss in letting you know, bro. LeBron has had Anthony Davis, and they use that as an excuse for why he kept losing, even though he had a top 5 player. Now he got Luka, and he still can't get out the first round. Appreciate you guys watching these videos, by the way. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But the Lakers got their asses handed to them today. They are now down 3-1. And as we all know in the league, that means you're headed to Cancun for the summer. Oh my gosh. It's really sad, man. I'm not going to lie to y'all because, I grew up watching the Lakers, bro. That's my team. But since LeBron has been on this team, bro, I'm not going to lie. I ain't been messing with him because this dude, he's toxic. He's not the only problem with this organization, though. Jeannie Buss is one of the biggest problems. Rob Pelinka, I think he's solid as a GM, but Jim Buss, Jeannie Buss, the Buss family outside of, Dr. Buss passing away has done nothing but make the wrong decision after the wrong decision after the wrong decision since Dr. Buss passed away. And you're seeing it coming to bear fruit, especially with this guy in LeBron, who has this team in a vice grip. I'm so ready for this dude to just retire, bro. It would mean a lot to, it would be the greatest offseason if LeBron retired. And I know y'all gonna hit the comment section. Then what you gonna have to talk about, bro? You won't have any content if LeBron retired. Nonsense. We'll talk about the NBA. We'll talk about the NFL. We'll talk about good basketball for once. But yet we see this guy who plagues the league with mediocrity. He's the face of the league, and he lets every other player know, don't hustle hard, don't want a championship. Championships do nothing but get you in trouble. It's all about getting your money, bro. Get your bag, stay out the way, be a superstar, and live like a rock star. Accolades and championships no longer matter. And you can tell because even the fans of LeBron, they don't hold him to the standard of championships. They don't. They act like they do. They say he's the GOAT, he's the greatest, but they've never held him to the standard of winning. So how can he be the GOAT? He's been with the Lakers for 7 seasons now. 7. And has nothing to show for it outside of that bubble ring. And you guys wanted to say that the Nuggets were the Lakers' daddies, right? Because they kept losing to the Nuggets and they went home in the first round last year to the Nuggets. Well, if anything, this right here, this series proves that it's not the Lakers, it's not the Nuggets that are the Lakers' daddy. It's basically every team with any type of talent on them. The Lakers have an issue with playing other teams who actually care or who actually have some grit to them because this team is led by a fraud who plays no defense whatsoever, allows his team to play 4-on-5. And when you see them out there and they say the Lakers are scrapping it up tonight, it's always dirty play after dirty play. Him punching somebody in the ribs, setting these super illegal screens where his leg is basically tripping the other guy, even though that's not the right position to be in. So on and so forth with this guy.
Alas, it doesn't seem as if that will improve the self-proclaimed Kings' chances of making it to the second round, as the Lakers now fall into the dreaded 3-1 series deficit, though 2 of the final 3 remaining games will be played in Los Angeles. Now, Doncic
Look, bro, Kobe my favorite player too, don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed watching Kobe. He was one of the best players I've ever seen. But having this big-ass Kobe shrine in the back of your video, dude, especially at your age, I just think that that's a no-go. You need to take some of these pictures down, bro. I get it. Kobe was your favorite player too, and And, I've watched your videos, but come on, bro. Like, I don't worship no man, and I encourage most people not to worship no man. I don't make these videos out of hate, just like I don't make them to put another player above another. This isn't some Jordan's the GOAT channel. Jordan's not even my favorite player. My favorite player is Kobe, but you never see me come on here and tell you Kobe was the greatest player of all time, because I can just be honest with you guys, he just wasn't. Wasn't the best player of all time, but he was my favorite player. My biggest problem when I make these videos is that LeBron James fans, you guys say LeBron is the greatest player of all time. If you guys were to come out tomorrow, if all LeBron fans were like, LeBron's my favorite player, there would be no need to make these videos. You guys talk about getting rid of LeBron haters because I see y'all in the comment section. Just stop calling him the GOAT and we'd all go away. We really would. Like, honestly, if you wanted to get rid of all quote unquote LeBron James haters, just stop calling him the GOAT. Just say, hey, LeBron's my favorite player. I don't care what you say. I like him the most. What am I to say to that? No, change your mind? No, okay, cool. But when y'all start calling him the greatest player of all time, that there was no other player ever better than him, that's where we got a problem. Because that's just not true. LeBron is barely, he's not even like the 10th best player in the league of all time, I mean. But I don't sit here just because I like Kobe. I don't put him up there. He just wasn't. But he's my favorite player. Anybody ever talk about Kobe? Like, that's my favorite player, bro. Off tops. And you not changing my mind. I enjoyed watching Kobe the most. If you enjoy watching LeBron the most, you're sick. But hey, you're entitled to do that. If you enjoy watching Jordan the most, cool. And if you want to call Jordan a GOAT, cool. Because you should. But you should not be calling LeBron the GOAT. That is just absolutely disrespectful to the entire game of basketball. Just like I kind of think it would be to call Kobe that. Not as disrespectful as it is for LeBron, but it's in the same realm. He's not the GOAT. I just don't do shrines though. Like, I have players and all of that, and I just like the game as a whole. I got a bunch of teams jerseys, to be honest. It's not like I just have all Lakers jerseys or anything, and I don't have like a shrine of any specific players. But I don't know. That's just me, man. I couldn't do it.
For his part, is doing his part, averaging 31 points per game so far on 48% shooting from the field. And that, by the way, includes the 38 points tonight he put down in this pivotal Game 4. And the Lakers were dominating for large stretches of this game in Minnesota today. And LeBron, along with the officials, were pulling out all of the stops in this game.
They sure was, but I want to say this too. I don't really think, especially when you're an elder, like you're somebody in your 40s or so, I don't think it's really good to promote man worship. That's just my opinion on it. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section on that though, because I know a lot of y'all are fans and all of that, but that's just fans of men. I'm not a man fan. I just never have been. It's just what it is.
As James dropped 27 points on only 9 shot attempts.
This guy is speaking facts. Piss poor performance. Just like with Luka, bro. When Luka had averaged 31 in, I think, this series. He's still topping, and they show you the stats that he's like top 3 in most points per game averages for their playoff career. Yet everybody's calling him the sidekick. Everybody said it was Anthony Davis. Oh, Anthony Davis was afraid to be a leader. He got a leader on the team now. He got one of the greatest playoff performers of all time. A top 3. Yet he still goes home in the first round. What did Tyrese say? What more do you want from me? What more do you need, LeBron? Or can we finally, is this series the series where we can finally get rid of the LeBron James excuses for why he sucks? Need more help. This person sucks. They didn't have this. They needed that. He needs a center. He needs more help at ball handling. It's the defense. It's the off. How much more? Fanboys, are you guys officially done? Like, can anybody please, if you're ready to come out today and confess your sins. If you're ready to confess your sins today, can you please step forward and enter the comment section and let us know that you are officially done riding the LeBron dick and that you're ready to get off the weenie wagon and admit that LeBron isn't the greatest player of all time. Please come in the comment sections now. Confess yourself here on this channel at The Dino Show.
To worry though, because he really puffed up that scoring on the 18 free throw attempts he was dished out. And truth be told, this was a very physical game. Hell, LeBron even tried to take Anthony Edwards out in this one, diving at his legs in a scary play to end the first half, which left.
Okay, I want y'all to keep in mind too, like, look at this position that Anthony Edwards is in. And I want you guys to go back 5 seasons ago, I think at this point. Yeah, 5 seasons ago, right? Where that dude who was playing on the Miami Heat jumped at LeBron's leg to get some loose foul, injured LeBron. And I want y'all to go back to that time period. I can't remember his name right now, but this is so eerie. And look at Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp, and everyone else trying their best to call that guy a dirty player because he dived at LeBron. And then I want you to go and look at today and watch LeBron dive at Anthony Edwards' legs, injured his guy, potentially could have kept him out out of the series. And how is LeBron not dirty? Do y'all remember, if anybody remember his name, because I'm forgetting it. But remember that dude from the Miami Heat who dived and injured LeBron, and he was out with something wrong with his ankle for a couple of months, actually. This was the season right after the bubble. And everybody was in outrage. They didn't call him dirty, but they really wanted to. Now look at this dude. It's okay when Bron do it, though. This won't even be mentioned tomorrow. I promise you that. Ain't nobody gonna mention this.
Left Edwards writhing in pain and looking like it could have been a significant injury.
Look at him. He in the hospital with his ass in a sling. Look at Anthony Edwards tooting it up in pain. What the heck, bro? Yo, but nobody calls LeBron dirty. Nobody.
And looking like it could have been a significant injury. But not so fast.
Ain't nobody gonna call it out, though. I promise y'all, we gonna go tomorrow. We gonna go tomorrow. And you gonna look on First Take and whatever shows y'all like that, where they first glaze and they first things first, where they glaze LeBron. And y'all ain't gonna hear nobody talk about the fact that he dove into the next team's superstar's leg, didn't even get the ball, and did a dirty dive. Yet that same dude that I'm talking about did that to LeBron a couple years ago, and they wanted his job. They wanted to kick that dude out the league. They were so upset. They blamed him for why the Lakers couldn't win a championship that year. Now look at Anthony Edwards.
Like it could have been a significant injury.
Ass up, face down. Oh no, not AE. Not AE.
Injury. But not so fast, LeBron. Not gonna get off that easy. Edwards would eventually spring to his feet and come out to start the second half, though that didn't seem to do much for the Wolves, as the Lakers would be the ones who stormed out of the locker room from halftime on a 14-0 run to take command of much of the second half. In fact, the Lakers entered the fourth quarter in this game up by 10 points. But that is when things came unraveled for old LeBron and the Lake Show in a tale as old as time. LeBron vanishing down the stretch when it matters most. Because while LeBron did score those aforementioned 27 points, not many of them came in the fourth quarter. In fact, somewhere around 0 of them came in the fourth quarter. That's right, LeBron held scoreless in the fourth in a tight 116-113 final. And Braun registered a -13 in the final quarter of tonight's game to go along with those 0 points. That is, of course, on the heels of his -10 in the fourth quarter from Game 3. And look, ultimately, we just have to file this one under the "it's not them, it's you" category, LeBron, as James has again been out of the first round just one time since 2020, and that...
Thank you, Skap. Expose the truth. How many more times is he how many more bites at the apple is he supposed to get? How many more excuses are we giving this guy? Look, one thing about being a Laker fan, because y'all don't like my train of thought, bro, but I grew up watching the Lakers. It was always legitimately championship or bust. We didn't make excuses for failed seasons. Neither did Kobe, neither did Shaq. They go home and tear up their furniture and then get ready for next season. And then once they finally got to the mountaintop, they stayed up there for a while. Bro, LeBron is always an excuse, and he's the only alleged all-time great that y'all do this for and protect. Every excuse. He's 40. He's this. He's that. No more help. Needs more help. How many times are we going to... It's championship or bust, right? He got hella talent on the team, right? Well, figure it out. How many more excuses does Brody get? Come on.
That was with Anthony Davis. And now he has Luka, who was just in the NBA Finals a year ago.
Everybody says Anthony Davis ain't the leader. That's why they go home. Luka don't even be going home in the first round, which is crazy. But, bro, now he don't got AD. He got somebody even better. And he's only been out of the first round once since he's been in the bubble. Why are you guys not holding your head down in shame? I think people are taking life like slow. I honestly think a lot of people still believe like this is 2020 and that, you know, this is post. Like nobody has sunk into the post-COVID effects of life. And ever since, that time period, of the pandemic, nobody has really like sunk into life and realized like, bro, we're like a full half decade out of that. It's been so long ago, and it's like looking at it from a basketball perspective though, this dude has had so many bites at the apple since then and has failed and only got out of the first round once. Nobody cares though.
Who just dominated this Minnesota team a year ago, abusing them to the tune of a 4-1 gentleman sweeping in the West Finals. But now the roles have been totally reversed. As with the King as Luka's running mate now, they sit just one game from being gentlemanly swept themselves. And this game can serve as a microcosm for LeBron James's entire career. A stellar-looking game on paper, but choking and flailing the game away when it really mattered most.
And we'll get more into the game in future videos, but I could just tell even watching that game, like they were neck and neck throughout the third. I think the Lakers would take leads here or there, like 8-point, 9-point leads. And I was watching the game, I was like, yeah, they're going to lose. And the only reason why I thought the Lakers were going to lose was because this is just their MO. They play hard. They figure stuff out. They come out soft in the beginning of the third. They pick it up towards the end sometimes. But their MO is always like they put all their energy and then they crap out with like 4 minutes left. You know, the time of the game where you're supposed to, especially in the playoffs, but the time of the game where you're supposed to lock in and be more intense, the Lakers always fall off. And honestly, Austin Reeves had no business missing that last shot. I don't know how he's wide open in the corner. He misses it. So maybe all the blame will go to Reeves. Not the fact that LeBron literally gave the other team the ball, forced a turnover for no reason when he was doing the inbound pass. Not the fact that LeBron shot some wild, dumb ass three himself when the game was on the line and they were like tied and he shot a wild three to basically lose a possession. And not the fact that he fouled Anthony Edwards on that last shot with 10 seconds left. Fouled the heck out of him and then tried to act like he didn't, walked away like he had nothing to do with it. They had to literally call for a review. If the Timberwolves didn't have that review, I'm not saying they would have lost because I think they were still up. But it would have been the Lakers' ball, and there's a good chance that they lose. But the Timberwolves didn't save their last review. This series would be unworthily 2-2. We wouldn't be having this conversation because the series would be 2-2. But in my mind, I'm like, yo, the only reason why it's 2-2 is because the Lakers are always getting away with cheating. Refs staring at them. Point blank range, always staring, always seeing it, never calling it. And a lot of you guys are like, I don't care as long as the Lakers win. I used to think like that when it came to teams. But the older you get, you kind of just realize, bro, if there's no honor in winning, and I'm not saying like you can't get away with a thing here or there because, you know, the refs ain't going to be perfect. They're not going to be perfect. If they let a foul go in the first quarter, I'm not saying that should be the reason why, you know, a team, you know, you complain whether it's football or basketball for why, you know, your team won or lost. But it's like in key moments and throughout most games when the refs are able to allow one specific team to get away with bloody murder, you just sit there and go, bro, this ain't even cool. Like, I'll just be real with you, bro. Come on, bro. Like, can we have honor? I want to see my team. If your team has a lot of talent, you want to see them win, but you want to see them dominate in fashion, deservingly, not be cheated to the finals. A lot of people looked at the Chiefs like that. And it's like, bro, come on. Like, you guys keep calling flags on them for Mahomes and all this other stuff. And it's like rightfully so, the refs got called out to the point where they had to make a statement because they were getting called out because people were tired of it. But for some reason, when it comes to the Lakers and LeBron, nobody ever does this stuff. Like, there's never no outright outrageous upsetness where everybody comes out and holds people accountable. But for me, like, I don't want to win like that. Like, if you got to cheat an entire series to win, I'm cool. And for y'all who want to bring up the Lakers in the Kings finals, y'all could do that. Y'all could.
The Lakers' last 3 possessions included LeBron bricked jump shot, followed by a LeBron turnover, followed by LeBron passing up the final shot. Oh yeah, and in the middle of all of that...
Thank you. I might even end the video here, but that's all I wanted to see. Look at this. I want you guys to pay attention to what LeBron did at the end of the game.
Possessions included LeBron bricked jump...
Fires up, 54 seconds left, Lakers up 2. 5 seconds left in the game. He shot a 30-foot three. LeBron's not the best three-point shooter on this game. He just fired it up, had no business. And look,
shot,
clank,
followed by a LeBron turnover, followed...
LeBron pointless turnover. Look at this.
Shot, followed by a LeBron turnover, followed by...
32 seconds left. Minnesota up 1. Unnecessary turnover via LeBron James.
By LeBron passing up the final shot. Oh, yeah.
Passes it to Reeves. Reeves has no business missing that shot. I don't care what y'all say. Reeves has no business missing that shot. But we're not even talking about the foul, though. What he really should have brought up was the foul. But Reeves, yeah, you let the ball down too.
And in the middle of all of that...
even that only ties the game because LeBron fouled Anthony Edwards.
LeBron fouling Anthony Edwards to put the Wolves up 3. Yes, this game, as with Game 3, were highly winnable games, just like several of the games that the Nuggets beat them in over the last 2 playoff seasons. Oh yeah, and
Which leads to what I always tell y'all guys. All you have to do for the Lakers is wait for the fourth quarter, and they're going to expose themselves. The fourth quarter is where all the flaws, if you've practiced bad behavior all season long, is going to show. In the playoffs, is going to show. The Lakers have practiced bad behaviors. They have allowed LeBron James to play 4-on-5 on defense, where he's on the other side of the court or just not engaged at all. There's too many times in these games where LeBron just isn't engaged, and it leaves for the team to be out of rhythm, out of sync, not really knowing what to do. Especially when it comes to defense, he's making his team have to pick up his slack. Now it's the playoffs, shit matters, and you're still practicing those behaviors. I just want y'all to understand that nobody wins playing like this. You've never seen a team win a championship playing the way, playing with as many bad behaviors as this current Laker team.
And speaking of Edwards, though, he had 43 points in this game, and 16 of those came in the fourth quarter. The anti-LeBron game, if you will. The Lakers aren't dead yet, especially as long as they have a real alpha and clutch playoff performer in Luka Doncic out there, but they are on absolute life support at this point. And we can surely start lighting up the tried and trusted excuses of the LeBron is too old narrative, or LeBron doesn't have enough help narrative. But we can hold off on those narratives for at least one more game, as Game 5 is looming on Wednesday night in Los Angeles. We'll see what old man LeBron can muster with an extra day rest in this one. Guys, that's all for me tonight.
If I had to guess, by the way, LeBron is going to try to go out and score 45 and 50 points. He's going to shoot a bunch of shots he has no business shooting. He's going to pad his stats to the point where, because he knows the series is over. Let's be honest. Like, he's shaking his head. They're not coming back from 3-1. I don't even think the Lakers have it in the tank, especially in the first round. Now, Luka could have a Herculean game, and I'd have more confidence that they win that game. But from what I've seen from LeBron, he wants to be blameless, so he's going to at least have 35, but I can see LeBron going for 45 or 50 points, throwing the rest of the team out of rhythm, and the Lakers losing by 6 or so points in the fourth quarter. Due to something stupid that LeBron did. Just like he did with the Nuggets, and, you know, all these turnovers that he does, but no one holds him accountable because he'll have a nice stat line. It's just what he does. It's par for the course. It's wash, rinse, repeat with this guy, yet you guys won't open your eyes. And I don't know why. But for now, goodbye. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Appreciate you guys watching these videos, man. Let me know what you think. You know, I like to build a fan base in the comment section, man, and I respond to almost all of the comments out there, man. Appreciate the love. I'm up out of here.